Bro, Floyd Mayweather just completely lost it. And I do not mean in the ring. I mean publicly, on camera, going off on Manny Pacquiao's entire team after they hit him with a lawsuit that nobody saw coming. But here is the part that is going to make your jaw drop. The reason Pacquiao sued him is not what Floyd is telling people. Because behind the scenes, there is a financial situation involving 3 contracts, multiple cash advances, and confidential information that Floyd's own lawyers are terrified is about to become public. Stay with me, because by the time we get to the end of this video, you are going to understand why people close to this situation are saying Floyd Mayweather might be facing the most serious consequences of his entire life. And it has nothing to do with boxing. Alright, so let's go back to late 2025, because that is where this whole thing starts. Netflix wants a mega event, something that breaks records, trends worldwide, dominates the conversation. And somehow, after years of failed negotiations and endless back and forth, the deal finally gets made. Mayweather vs. Pacquiao 2, September 19th, 2026, The Sphere in Las Vegas, on Netflix globally. This was supposed to be the biggest boxing comeback of the decade. And here is where you need to pay attention, because this is not just a handshake deal. Floyd Mayweather signed not 1, not 2, but 3 separate contracts. October 24th, November 6th, December 14th. All 3 explicitly state this is a sanctioned professional fight. Floyd's 50-0 record on the line, real judges, real result, goes on the permanent record. The CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, Jazz Mather, confirmed all of this on ESPN. Floyd's signature, his device ID, his IP address. Everything documented across all 3 agreements. And then, wait for it. Floyd collected deposit payments on every single one. Not just signing fees either. He also took out a cash advance on his actual fight purse. Bro borrowed against a fight that had not even happened yet. So at this point, Floyd has signed 3 contracts, been paid on all 3, and borrowed against the main purse. Netflix makes the announcement. The Sphere is confirmed as the venue. The boxing world is buzzing. Everything is locked in. And then Floyd opens his mouth. March 2026. Floyd shows up to a meet and greet at the Forum Shops inside Caesar's Palace in Vegas, just casually. And Vegas Sports Today catches him on camera and asks about the fight. Simple question. And Floyd looks directly into that camera and says, and I am not making this up. He says, this is not actually a fight. It is an exhibition. Hopefully we are going to entertain the people. Bro, an exhibition. After signing 3 contracts saying it is a real fight, after collecting money on all 3, after taking an advance on the purse, he is standing in a shopping center telling reporters it is just an exhibition. Here is where it gets crazy. Netflix had already announced this publicly as a professional bout. Pacquiao's team had already confirmed it publicly as a professional bout. And Floyd is out here completely contradicting everything on camera like it is nothing. Pacquiao heard this and responded almost immediately. He said, "Is that what he is feeling? But he signed a real fight. The contract we signed is a real fight, no exhibition. It is either a real fight or nothing."
Did you see what Floyd said? I think he might saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
The Sphere still in Las Vegas.
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on. It's still happening.
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why.
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't? Yeah.
And then Jazz Mather went on ESPN and dropped the official statement. Floyd Mayweather is in breach of contract. Not potentially, not allegedly, officially in breach. He said Floyd has been in breach since the day he went out and said what he said. And he made it clear that Manny Pacquiao has 0 interest in an exhibition. 0. So now you have a signed contract, collected money, an official breach declaration, and a very angry Manny Pacquiao. But bro, this is only the halfway point. The reactions from around the boxing world were immediate, and they were not kind to Floyd. Dana White came out and said Floyd could be looking at federal prison if he keeps this up. His exact words were, "There is not enough money in it to ruin your life and not go to jail." That is Dana White, who has known Floyd since the amateur days, telling him directly he is playing with fire. Oscar De La Hoya went completely off on social media. He called it pure pansy behavior and brought up his own history with Floyd, claiming Floyd retired for exactly 1 year and 1 day, specifically to dodge their rematch clause, then came back the day after it expired. He said, "Floyd, you are still trying to protect your zero. Your own father said you lost against me." No cap. Oscar was not holding anything back. Dan Rafael from ESPN said he would rather set himself on fire than watch another Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. And Max Kellerman basically said the whole thing is about money and fear. At nearly 50 years old, Floyd's body is not what it was, and risking that 50-0 against a motivated Pacquiao is a massive gamble. But here is the take that actually makes the most sense. Pacquiao himself allegedly explained it. Floyd's entire post-retirement income is built on one thing, that zero. The exhibitions against YouTubers, the overseas fights, the massive appearance fees, all of it is justified by that undefeated record. The moment that zero disappears against Pacquiao in a sanctioned fight, the whole business model collapses. Nobody is paying Floyd enormous money to fight random opponents if he has a loss on his record. So converting this into an exhibition protects the brand while still cashing the check. Calculated move. Except for the fact that he already signed 3 contracts and took the money.
Floyd Mayweather is back and he's broke and he's up to his old tricks. Today is the deadline to finalize the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather in what is supposed to be a real, legitimate fight on Netflix, but Floyd disagrees. Floyd trying to claim that this is an exhibition fight that would not count on his perfect 15-0 record. 49-0, it doesn't count if you don't fight a boxer. The truth is, Floyd is broke and he needs this money. Manny's out here buying Floyd Mayweather gyms. Meanwhile, Floyd is trying to avoid jail time because he owes millions and millions of dollars to the IRS, as well as he's been stealing from local Las Vegas strip clubs to pay off his own strip club. Money Mayweather ain't got no money. Manny also wants the money, but he doesn't need it like Floyd. And they agreed to a legitimate rematch that would officially be on their records. And Floyd's trying to weasel out of it just like he tried to weasel out of the original fight. Listen, if this guy's your GOAT, it is so sad to see somebody who has made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars and didn't retire from professional boxing until like 8 years ago and somehow has already lost all of it. How bad can you be with money? But anyway, Floyd needs this money. He's going to get at least $20 million from Netflix for it. He's already taken it in advance, and he needs it to pay back the IRS and everyone else. So I think he's going to have to sign it and reluctantly fight Manny Pacquiao and possibly lose the only thing he has left, his O. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, stay with me because here is where it genuinely escalates. It is not just the Pacquiao lawsuit people are talking about, because the financial picture around Floyd right now is genuinely wild. A Miami jeweler called AJ's Jewelry filed a lawsuit in Miami-Dade County claiming Floyd owes $1.4 million for luxury watches and gold chains. There is also over $300,000 in allegedly unpaid rent on a Manhattan luxury apartment. And Floyd is also suing Showtime for $300 million at the same time all of this is happening. No cap. The gap between the Instagram posts and the actual financial reality is becoming impossible to ignore. Gervonta Davis, Tank, Floyd's former associate, came out and said Floyd was held in Dubai for nearly 2 months because he owed money there, and they would not let him leave until he announced a fight to pay the debt back. That came from someone who shared the same manager as Floyd. And then there is this pattern that goes back years. A company once fronted Floyd $10 million to host a fight. Floyd took the money, redirected the event somewhere else entirely, and those investors never saw a single dollar back. One insider described it simply. He said, "It is not a loan. He is stealing." Here is the part that should make Floyd genuinely nervous. Jazz Mather warned publicly that if this goes to full legal warfare, certain confidential materials that are currently protected will no longer be confidential. He did not say what those materials are, but that is a warning. That is him telling Floyd there is more information about his financial situation that has not come out yet. And if Floyd does not fix this, it will come out in court, in discovery, publicly. And on top of all of this, Floyd is planning a June exhibition in Athens against a retired Greek kickboxer named Mike Zambitis. And Pacquiao's camp flagged that fight as a direct violation of the Pacquiao agreement too. So Floyd is out here booking new fights in other countries while being in breach of the contract he is already being paid for. Bro. So here is where everything lands. Floyd Mayweather signed 3 contracts, collected money on all 3, took an advance on the main fight purse, then went on camera in a shopping center and called it an exhibition. He is now officially in breach of contract, being sued by Pacquiao's team, facing separate lawsuits from jewelers and landlords, planning fights that themselves violate the agreement, and sitting on confidential financial information that could become public the moment this goes to court. Pacquiao's response through all of this has been calm, and that almost makes it scarier. He said, "I am not angry," but that is not right. You have the right to cancel the fight, but you have a lot of consequences to face. And then he added, they have other options. Netflix is still there. September 19th is still there. They can get another opponent if they need to. Floyd has not directly responded to the breach accusations or the financial speculation. He has stayed quiet on that specifically, and sometimes silence says everything. The Zero protected Floyd's legacy for a decade, built his brand, justified every payday. But right now, that same Zero might be the thing that finally brings him down. Not in a ring, in a courtroom. So tell me in the comments, do you think this fight actually happens in September? Or does Floyd find a way to wriggle out like he always does? Drop it below. Subscribe if you are new. We cover stories like this every single week. See you in the next one.